Hi, welcome to Main Street Macro. I'm Neela Richardson. As disruptive as the pandemic has been over the last 18 months, there's one place that many of us have found solitude. That's our homes. But with the option for more remote work options and the need to walk all those puppies we adopted during the early stages of the lockdown, many of us are looking for more space. And while much has been written about the COVID led migration from city to suburbs, there's been very little data produced to understand it until now. ADP dove into its payroll data to really unearth three trends when it comes to worker migration from the city to the suburb. The first trend we saw was actually as a result of a study we did earlier this year that the ADPR Research Institute put out on a global workforce. We found that three-fourths of workers around the world had either considered or actually had already made a change to their living arrangement. In the United States, 30% of workers had moved and who were remote, and almost the same number of workers who were on site were at least considering moving locations. The second trend we unearthed was equally interesting. We studied 2.7 million workers in job centers around the country that had stayed with the same employer during the pandemic. Two cities really stood out when it came to migration: New York and San Francisco. And these cities have a few things in common. One is that they're really expensive places to live, but two, they're both cities that are centered around industries that are highly amenable to remote work: tech and finance. That brings us to the third trend we're watching. Six-figure earners are the ones leading the exodus. When we look at the biggest surge of pre-pandemic and post-pandemic migration, it's really people making 100,000 or more that are leading the charge. Before the pandemic, just 3% of San Francisco and New York high wage earners were migrating outside of the city to nearby suburbs. After the pandemic, that number has surged to over 14% of high wage earners leaving urban centers. Now, these trends were already underway before the pandemic, but it's clear that the health crisis has accelerated these trends. And they not only impact where the high wage earners are going in terms of moving to in these local communities, but they also affect the businesses that they're leaving behind in the urban centers. Thanks for watching the Main Street Macro blog for this week. For more insights on the week ahead, please go to adpri.org.